Welcome, La Salette fans, to another rugby game for the La Salette Lions. Here we are at Salle, Peru, Illinois, playing the Salle, Peru Cavaliers. Our starting lineup for our Division II team is Nick Kellerman at number 1. Number 2 is Toby McQuillan. Number 3 is Xavier Dean. That is our front row. Number 4 is Thomas Schrader. Number 5 is Dominic Wallace. Number 6 is Ian Whitehead. Number 7 is Wyatt Herman. Number 8 is Henry Dittman. Those are our top 8 forwards. Now our lineups for the backs is number 9, Liam Bentz, who is also our captain for this team. Number 10, Gabriel Stafke. Number 11, Marcel Lefevre. Number 12, Ryland Taw. Number 13, Sean Holman. Number 14, Michael Neese. Number 15, Gerard Nienaber. Our substitutions are Saulo Cruz, Edgar Castella, Peter Agbaperone, and Martin Schoberly. This game, I believe, is the second Division II game that this team has played. And we're playing Salle Peru Cavaliers, which, from what I was told, is a co-op from different schools around the area.
Yeah, there's only one official. That's why rugby got so dirty. It was a street fight because the official wasn't looking. It didn't count.
And there's the whistle. Kicked off by Gerard Nienaber. Tackle by Dominic Wallace. La Salle Peru, or LP, gets a penalty for the Lions not rolling away. Here we have the La Salette defense doing just fine with the forwards trying to punch through around the ruck. And LaSalle swings out to the backs. Got a knock forward by La Salette, so the scrum will be to the Cavaliers. Oh, there was a steal on the scrum. Liam passed it and skipped it over to Ryland. Ryland goes down. Picked up by Ian Whitehead. Manages to make a couple meters. Picked up by Tobias McQuillan. And taken out of bounds. Good effort there by the Lions. And good job to the hooker, Toby McQuillan, for stealing that scrum. Nice tackle there by Ian Kellerman. Or Dominic Wallace. The Lions are doing a pretty good job at handling the ball going outside, which is good, and they're doing a pretty good job handling the ball on the inside also. And the sir calls a knock, which means it will be a scrum for. It seems like the sir will be calling a penalty for the Cavaliers for an earlier play. Nice tackle there by Schrader, Thomas Schrader. Here we have another penalty given to the Cavaliers for not rolling away. Here, I think the sir is going to talk to our captain Liam Bentz for his players rolling away, and I would also think for on penalties there are a few players who are not packed by 10 meters. Ball came out of the ruck, and Henry Dimon manages to pick up the ball and go into contact. Schrader goes into contact also. Ball's probably going to go out here towards the backs. To Gabe, to Ryland. Ryland cuts in, goes up the center. Ryland punches through the center. Makes a few meters. Stolen by the Cavaliers. Bentz tries to poach, and the ruck is taken over by Wallace, but unfortunately the sir calls not rolling away. Good defense here by the Lions. Ball comes out of the ruck, picked up by Xavier Dean. Pass to Gabe. Pass to Ian Whitehead. Pass to Marcel. Marcel passes back into Nienaber. Nienaber cuts back out, goes into contact, goes down for a ruck. Wallace goes in for the ruck, picked up by Ian Kellerman. Kellerman goes into contact. Benz passes it off to Gabe. From Gabe to Ryland. Ryland runs up the center. Ryland goes for and scores the try. Good job by the Lions there in spite of the penalties. They just had some trouble there with the rucks and not rolling away, which the Sirs seems to be looking for. But they've been doing very well as far as their offense goes and on their defense. They've been so far been making their tackles. And Ryland himself, is, whenever he handled the ball, has been doing well trying to avoid those defenders. Although I must comment on Marcel's smart play and passing it to the fullback Gerard Nienaber there, noticing that he was going out of bounds and he's got a couple defenders. He just offloaded to Nienaber there, and then Nienaber was able to go into towards the center, get into contact, and recycle that ball. There was also some good rucking there by Wallace. He was, I mean, the Lions got penalized for not rolling away after that ruck, but that was a good attempt by Wallace to try to steal that ruck The kickoff is to Toby McClellan. Toby goes into contact. Makes a few meters there. Picked up by Wallace. Makes a few meters. Scrum secured by Kellerman. Liam to Gabe. Switches to Ryland. Ryland goes up the center again. Goes off to the side. Backed up by Marcel behind him. Ryland runs up. Let's see how he does. Oh, he cuts right back in. And Ryland scores the try.
See how he waited to put the ball down? Lions score the try.
Good job by Ryland Taw there. Being able to see the field as he runs down the field.
When you score, you don't turn the ball over.
Yeah, I noticed that. This morning when I was watching.
One of the things they used to do is, if you're holding the ball, you punch down as you steal it away.
Yeah, 2 more points.
And here we are again with another kickoff to the Los Lions. Caught by Liam Bentz, little slip up there. Liam goes into contact, goes down. Rug is secured. He's picked up by Xavier Dean. He goes into contact. Liam cycles the ball out. Gabe fake passes to Ryland, cuts back in. Goes into contact, goes down. Good rucking here by the Lions. Ryland picks up the ball from Liam, goes into contact. Wallace goes in for the pass, picks up the ball and goes into contact. Liam to Gabe, to Holman. Holman just passes right behind Nienaber and it goes out into touch for a line out to the Cavaliers. Here it seems like we have in our line out our lifters, Xavier and Nick lifting Ian Whitehead. Nice defense there by Nick Kellerman, rushing up to the ball carrier. The Cavaliers taking into contact. With another pick and go by the Cavaliers into the Los Salette Lions defense. Seems like here they might pass it to another set of forwards as they go into contact. And the Cavaliers kick it off. Picked up by Gerard Nienaber and kicked again. What looks there is possible knock. And the sir calls there holding down the ball carrier or the tackler with a penalty for the Lions. The ball doesn't go quite into touch as Liam kicks it, and the Cavaliers touch it down. The This will be a drop kick for the Cavaliers on their 22, and they kick it into touch. Since they kicked it into touch from the drop kick on the 22, this will be now a scrum to the Lions on their 22. There was an 8-man pick by Henry Dittman. Goes up the center. And there was support there by the Lions. Picked up. That was not a try. That what seems to be, as the ref is calling, a forward pass. Or, sorry, that was a knock on. So that will be a scrum to the Cavaliers. There was a kick by the Cavaliers down in center field, picked up by Gerard Nienaber. There's support there by Marcel as he shakes off their defense. Support is there by Marcel. Good job by Marcel being there for the ruck. Picks up the ball, goes into contact. And it seems like there's another penalty given to the Cavaliers. Actually, nope. That will be a try made by Marcel Lefevre. A tough kick there by Gerard coming from the side. It is a pretty windy day, so he has that he's got to deal with. Ball is picked up by Liam Bentz as he goes into contact down the center of the field. There was slight confusion there to see if actually it was picked up by Thomas Schrader. A little bit of confusion there as Ryland must have thought that the ball had gone into touch earlier on. From Gay. Gay picks up the ball and kicks it out of there. The sir is calling a high tackle. And it looks like it will be the Lions penalty. Benz kicks it into touch, which means this will be a line out to the Lions.
It's line out Cavaliers, right?
No, I think it's line out Lions.
Line out Lions.
Ball gets passed to Ryland. Kicked by Gabe. And the ball goes into touch.
Line out Cavaliers.
This is now a line out to the Cavaliers. Lions get the ball, goes into contact. Liam to Gabe to Holman, who passes it over to Marcel, cuts right back in towards the center, goes into contact. Support there by Holman and Dominic Wallace, picked up by Liam, who goes around the scrum, goes into contact. Picked up by Herman, who goes into contact. Good support there by the Lions. Liam to Toby, who goes around to the weak side. Schrader goes into contact. Bentz to Gabe, to Ryland, to Holman, who goes in for the try. Nope, attempts to try, goes into contact. Support there. Stolen by the Cavaliers. No ruck was formed there, so the Cavaliers are able to pick up that ball with no penalty. It's looking like the call is a scrum to the Lions. The Lions are doing well here. However, they failed to capitalize on Sean Holman going up the line there due to a lack of support for him. Since no ruck was formed, Holman had to place the ball, and then it was open for the Cavaliers to pick up. Oh, an attempted 8-man pick. And looks like the Sir is going to call a scrum to the Cavaliers. What looked like there is as Dittman attempted the 8-man pick, there was a slip up there. So the ref must have seen the knock on and therefore gave the scrum to the Cavaliers. Oh, Tobias manages to steal the scrum. Ryland goes to the outside. Marcel picks up the ball. And Marcel scores it underneath the uprights. The score now being 24-0.
Every year it'll get better because he's building up grade schoolers. We got some good grade schoolers coming up.
Well, yeah, it takes time.
Sorry.
Gerard goes for the extra points in the kick and puts it through the uprights. To Gabe. Skips Holman over to Nienaber. Nienaber who offloads it to Marcel. And that will be a line out to the Cavaliers. Cavaliers opt for a maul, makes a few meters. Let's see what the passes it out to the bat, to a forward. Forward goes into contact. Looks like the Salette Lions are handling their defense very well. Looks like a knock by the Cavaliers. And that will be a scrum for the Lions. Seems like brother Jude, coach for this Division II team, it seems like his plan is going pretty well so far. Talking to him before the game earlier on, he was going through his plan with the team, and he had mentioned that the best defense is a good offense, and it seems like the Lions are doing a very good job executing that. Looks like Benz's pass went a little wide to Gabe, but managed to be recovered. Gabe passes it off to Nienaber, who picks up the ball, goes into contact, and goes into touch. Looks like the Lions are testing out the opposing scrums, trying to see if they can overturn the scrums. We have a couple of pick and goes here done by the Cavaliers as they advance a few meters up. Backs go try to break through the defense on the outside. Lions are scrambling, poached by Wyatt Herman, but excuse me, that was poached by Liam Bentz. And that is now, that is now a penalty given to the Cavaliers. Cavaliers ball. Kellerman with the tackle. Maul is formed. Brought down, ruck is formed. Passes out to the backs, to the 10, to the 13. Tackled by Ryland, who immediately gets up and starts forming the scrum. Picked up by Herman, who goes into contact. Secured by Toby. Picked up by Toby again, who secures the ball and goes into the contact, and to Gabe, to Ryland, to Nienaber, supported by Marcel on the inside. Nienaber goes down, picked up by Xavier Dean, goes into contact. Ooh, attempted kick by Marcel, didn't work. But the ball goes into touch. seems like the ref is calling for a knock earlier on, so then that will be a scrum to the Cavaliers.
Cavaliers strong.
Seems like so far the Lions' rucking has been quite solid, and also when it comes in time for the opposing rucks, they're doing a pretty good job with testing out those rucks and trying to overturn. Good poach there by what looks like Ian Whitehead. Ball goes out to Nick Kellerman, who goes into contact and makes a few meters. Again, good rucking by the Lions. Tobias takes the ball, goes into contact. Liam to Gabe. An accidental nick there by Nick Kellerman. Ryland tips the ball to Sean Holman. And the Sir calls a knock on with the scrum to the Cavaliers. A little slight confusion there as Kellerman accidentally gets in between the pass towards Gabe.
Cavaliers strong.
Ooh, nice attempt to tackle there by Whitehead, but he was fended off. Nick Kellerman for the tackle. A nice drive for a few meters. But it looked like Nick was offsides when that happened, so the Lions have to go back 10. Nice tackle there by Marcel there on the line. Ball goes out. Tackle again by Marcel. As the Cavaliers try to punch through, pass out to the backs, kicked by the backs, blocked by Liam Bentz, by Xavier Dean. Ball's out, picked up by the Cavaliers. Pass to the backs. Holman makes a nice tackle on their number 13. Good support there. Tackle by Toby and someone else I couldn't see there. Their lock punches through the defense. Scrambling there by the Lions. But good job trying to get their line back together, their defensive line, as they make their tackles. Cavalier backs. Ooh, attempted snatch by Ryland. And their inside center manages to punch through. It Gabe Staffke there in the ruck, trying to win that ruck. Herman trying to go for the poach. Goes in there. Looks like he's got it and breaks from the tackle. Goes into contact. Places the ball. Good support there by the Lions. Liam to Ryland. Ryland goes into contact. Secured by Nick. Liam to Schrader. Schrader there going into contact. Good job. Making a few meters. Liam to Gabe. To Holman. To Neighbor. Neighbor goes down. That was some brilliant moves by the coordination between the backs and the forwards there. Two punches off to the left, and Liam makes a quick ball off to the backs. Cycling it to the other side of the field, and the Cavaliers manages to steal the ball. And stolen back again by Ian Whitehead. Breaks through the center, goes up the line. He goes down. Secured by the Lions. Liam to Gabe to Holman, who goes for the try line. Holman wants it, and he scores the try. There's now less than a minute remaining in the first half. Good job there by Sean Holman, scoring on the outside there, making it the score 31-0. Good work there between the backs, cycling that ball off to the outside, avoiding all of the chaos and the commotion in the center, going for a clean run. And Gerard narrowingly scores through the uprights. Score now being 33-0. It looks like here the sir called for the half. So far, so good here for the Lions. It was a bit rough for them earlier on with the sir calling for the Lions not rolling away in the rucks, but it's a good thing they were able to adapt. And also their offense has been very good also. So far all their offenses have been scored by going off to the outside, except for that first try where Ryland manages to go off to the outside, cut back towards the center, make their way through the defense and scoring. But there's been some good plays by the Lions. So as far as the stats, Ryland scored the first two tries, followed up by Marcel, who also scored twice, and then Gerard Nienaber, and then followed up by Sean Holman, who scored the fifth try. Gerard kept all but one of his kicks. The score, which in total being 33-0. So we will see you, all you fans, at the second half in 10 minutes. Welcome back, La Salette fans, to Howard Fellows Stadium here at LaSalle, Peru, playing the LaSalle Peru Cavaliers. The score is currently 33-0 at the start of the second half. Kickoff to the Lions. Ryland takes the ball as he goes into contact, breaks off the tackles, he goes off onto the outside, and manages to score the ball directly underneath the uprights 15 seconds into the second half. As far as substitutions go, it seems like Martin Schoberly is on the field. It's to be determined what position he's playing. It seems like he's taking up Wyatt Herman's position. Sala Cruz and Egbaperon are still on the bench. Gerard Nienaber makes the kick, score being 40-0. Kick goes directly into touch, giving us the option for either a re-kick or a scrum in the center. And it looks like the Lions are opting for a scrum at the center. Looks like we have Martin Schoberly playing as the weak side, playing as the 8-man. Gabe to Toby to Ryland, passes it to Nice. Michael Nice cuts in, goes into contact. Liam passes again to Gabe. Looks like he's going to go to the back line to Holman, who passes it to Gerard Nienaber, supporting the line. Marcel goes to the outside, and the sir, calls a forward pass. This will now be a scrum to the Cavaliers. Looks like something that the backline's going to have to watch out for. Marcel was basically parallel to Nienaber, and of course, if it does not, if the ref does not think that the ball is going backwards, he will call forward pass. And from his angle, since the Marcel and Gerard were parallel, it would make sense that the ref would have seen a forward pass. What appeared to be a forward pass at the very least. Good defense there by Nice as Liam Bent, captain, takes out the player into touch. This will be a line out to the Lions. Actually, it looks like Henry Dittman is still in. Which means I actually do not know who Martin Schoberly subbed in for. Martin Schoberly takes up the ball as he rushes towards the Cavaliers line. Makes a few meters there. Liam to Gabe. Skip to Holman. To Nienaber. Gets taken down. Close to touch, but not quite. Play is stopped. Penalty given to the Cavaliers. Penalty for the Cavaliers given to the Lions. Cavaliers offense, giving it to the forwards, trying to punch through the Salette line. Sir earlier was calling it fair to be picked up by Wyatt Herman. Passes it off to Gerard Nienaber. To Nice, tapped by Ryland Taw. Nice loses the ball, picked up by the Cavaliers back. Again, the ball is picked up in the ruck by Tobias McQuillan. Ian Whitehead goes into contact, recycling the ball. Back to Gabe. Gabe fakes the ball, punches through the defense, makes it through a couple meters. Support is there. Pick and go by a forward, I don't know who. And try, scored by Nick Kellerman. might not have heard on this video, but as the team met towards the center, the captain gathered everyone together and again reminded everyone as far as like their mental attitude goes that the score is still 0-0. Gerard Nienaber makes the kick, adding 2 more points to the score, making it 47-0. With the ball, the kick picked up by Sean Holman, who makes it off to the outside. Ooh, trips up and trips up and falls. Liam to Gabe, to Ryland, to Nienaber, to Marcel, makes it off to the outside, cuts, narrowly avoids going to touch, and scores the try. Good job by Marcel there, who was able to take in the contact made by the opposing player there, tried to take him into touch, kept his balance, stayed on the inside, awarding himself a try. The score is now 52-0.
On the men's club, the whole team comes up with a barrel of beer and food, and the two teams come together. And, it's a good time.
But I mean, I did read some of the rules. We do have person who lives so many points.
You'd be surprised how fast a game can turn around too. Maybe not this year.
And it looks like as far as substitutions go, I see Michael Neese and Marcel Lefevre being subbed out, which means Salo Cruz is in, and Peter Igbaperone. And an update on who Martin Schoberly subbed in for, it looked like it was Thomas Schrader. Here's a kickoff, picked up by Liam Bentz. Attempted to pick up there by Sean Holman, who just recently scored. Peter goes in first contact with the scrum. Fair ball. A little bit of a mess there. Again, saved by Liam Bentz. Kellerman goes for the pick and go. Makes it up the center, and he books it up to the try line. And scored by Nick Kellerman. Second try for the day.
Even if they shut off the score, still play it out. I mean, there's all kinds of experience. Even your football players become stronger for playing this. I mean, you get wore out playing this game. I think they said on average a football game's only actually 11 minutes of play.
Oh, not so bad. In pro, it's a 7.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And
It looks like Gerard Nienaber did not make that kick. Score is 59-0.
yeah, 'cause when you have a stopwatch and the ball's height to the play is ended, stop it at about 7.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Do that with baseball. Baseball, you even less than that.
Yep.
Just when the ball's in play. A fraction of a second to the play. Baseball takes 3 hours to play.
With football, you get 300 guys coming and smashing into you. I mean, that takes something.
Oh, yeah.
Get your clock going.
Liam Bentz again picks up the picks up the kick ball at the kickoff. Goes into contact. Peter Backbarone goes in to secure the ruck. First contact to the ruck, picked up again by Nick Kellerman, who again, for the third time today, scores another try.
Lions score the try.
Gerard makes the kick, doing a drop kick, making it 66-0. Since at the kickoff the ball did not make it past the 10-meter line, this will be a scrum at the 50 for the Lions. Good scrum there by the Lions. Liam picks up the ball, passes it to Stafke, to Ta. Ta gives it a boot up the center to be picked up by the Cavaliers and to be touched down. This will be a scrum at the 5-meter line for the Lions.
Lions scrum.
Here we have Saulo Cruz as the wing on the weak side, and what appears to be Edgar Gastelum, who's the other wing on the strong side. Henry Dittman goes for an 8-man pick and scores.
Lions score the try. It takes a long time to build up the stamina for rugby. You guys looked a little tired, since we came back.
Gerard Niebuhr makes his kicks, making the score to 73. And at this kickoff, we are about halfway through the second half with about 17 minutes and 30 seconds left of the game. Liam Bentz picks up the ball, kicks it up towards the center. Picked up by the Cavaliers fullback, who goes off to the outside, goes into contact. Pick and go by the flanker. Goes into contact and goes off into touch. The line out throw is picked up by Toby McQuillan, who offloads it to Henry Dittman, going into contact and to center in the field there. Good rucking by the Lions, securing the ball. Bentz to Stafke, to Ryland, who goes into contact, offloads it to Sean Holman, offloads it to Gabe. Gabe goes up to center, wheedles his way through, and goes down. Again, good rucking by the Lions as they go into contact. Pick and go by Toby McQuillan. And it looks like penalty for the Cavaliers for the Lions not releasing the ball. Cavaliers passes the ball off to the outside. Goes into contact. Ruck is contested. Lions picked up by the ball is picked up by Martin Schoberly, it seems like. Ref calls the ball. It was a knock on by the Lions to scrum to the Cavaliers. Looks like the scrum collapsed there. Maybe there was a possible attempt at wheeling the scrum. And here we have a restart. It looks like there's a knock on by the Cavaliers. Lions are on within 3 meters of the try. And a try is scored by Henry Dittman. Gerard Nieder makes the kick, making it 80-0.
Don't you find that rugby players are a different breed of people? They don't ask for mercy. They'll play it out no matter what.
No, I did see that, Ryan, that they some leagues do that versus
This is my first experience with high school level, but on the pro.
Looks like we have here one injury here by the Cavaliers. The trainers go out to the field to check on their insight center.
Injury timeout, you might stop the clock, right?
Oh yeah, usually when there's a.
Should I stop?
Yeah.
Did he go like this?
I
Well,
didn't see it.
I wasn't, but,
Yeah, usually
but
when
the
there's-
trainer's out. The trainer's out, so I'm assuming.
Yeah, usually when there's an injury.
Yeah, I mean, if the trainer's out, that was it.
Yeah.
Not that it really matters.
Hello. Okay.
Let's see here. If I were to comment on what's happening on in the game so far, seems like the Lions have been doing a very good job. First of all, on their defense, managing to learn a little bit from the ref as he was calling on them not rolling away, and then also on their offense, a coordination between the bringing the ball up to into contact and swinging out to the backs, and putting the ball into the outside and beating them on the outside. And of course, we have a couple of good players who are managed to go through the center and break through.
And in front of it, yeah. So, if it was a closer match, you stop
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, definitely.
Looks like it's a penalty to the Cavaliers for the Lions. Didn't see the call, but it seems like it was offsides. Liam taps it and passes it to Toby, who goes into contact, makes about 20 meters there. Pick and go by Ian Whitehead, who breaks through, and Whitehead scores a try.
Lions score the try.
Gerard Neighbor makes the kick, making the score 87-0.
It definitely needs sunglasses.
That's why I have a hat. Still around. 'Cause I can't.
I'd like to see him score at least just one time. That'd be nice,
Yeah. I don't think they got it down to what, the 30-yard line. That's about it.
High kick. JP wanted the ball, and there was a knock on. A little bit of miscommunication there between McQuillan and Baparone. Excuse me, that was not JP. That was Peter Baparone. So now that will be a penalty to the Cavaliers. Tackle there by Toby McQuillan. He goes back up and assists in the ruck. Peter goes in to assist in that ruck also. Cavalier ball. Time stopped by the sir to check up on some injuries here. And the Cavaliers number 5, their lock seems to be subbed out, and they have a new person in for substitution. Ooh, with 8-man, Cavaliers decide to do an 8-man pick. Fakes out Liam Benz as he goes up towards the center. Looks like the ball was stolen by the Lions to be picked up by Henry Dittman. Liam to Ryland. Ryland fends off an attacker, goes off to the outside, comes back on the inside. Goes into contact. Liam is tackled as he tries to pass out the ball. Ball is recycled, taken up by Peter Baperone, goes off to the weak side. Scrum secured by Edgar Wallace. Ball pass to Gabe. Cuts into the inside, goes into contact and goes down. Offloads it to Schoberly, to Ryland, to Sean Holman, to Salo Cruz. Cuts back on towards the center and goes into contact. Still up. Looks like a maul is being formed. He goes down. It looks like it's the Lions ruck, picked up by Henry Dittman. Goes into contact. Kellerman goes into the ruck. Pass to Gabe. Miss pass. And the Sir blows the whistle with the scrum to the Cavaliers.
Cavaliers strong.
Cavaliers scrum half kicks it to be picked up by Gerard Nienaber, cutting out to the outside. Brings it up, stolen by the Cavaliers. This will be Cavaliers ruck. Pick and go by the Cavaliers as they go into contact. Poached by Toby McQuillan. Liam to Abaperone, to Gabe. Skips Ryland over to Sean Holman, passes out to Edgar Gastelum, who nearly goes into touch, cuts back on the inside, goes into contact, goes to ground, Lions ruck. Liam Benz comes in, brings the ball out to Gabe, cuts back on the inside, offloads it to Martin Schoberly, cuts back onto the inside, goes into contact, goes to ground. Liam to Gabe again, to Ryland, who makes the catch, goes into contact and goes down. Pick and go by Henry Dittman, goes up to the line and scores underneath the uprights.
Lions score the try.
There is now a minute and a half left to the second half. Gerard Nienaber makes the kick, making it 94 to 0.
I thought it was like 85. No, no, but I hit something wrong.
Kickoff is made to Toby McQuillan, who picks up the ball, goes up the center. To Gabe, to Ryland, to Edgar, who's going up the line. Just tag there, offloads it to Gabe Staffke, who picks up the ball and runs up the center again. And Gabe scores, making it 99 to 0.
Lions score the try.
It seems like there's 30 seconds left to the game. Once it reaches 0, the ref will call if Gerard makes it through the kick. Gerard makes it, and that is game. The score is 101 to 0. La Salette wins. Well, there you have it, La Salette fans. We have the La Salette Lions playing against the Salle Cavaliers. And this will be the second win for our Division II La Salette team. Thank you, and hopefully we will see you this weekend at the St. Louis High School tournament over in St. Louis. We'll see you there. It's going to be a big tournament. And wish us luck there. Thank you very much and have a good evening.